such spooky options and credits. Very spooky indeed. Either that or they're just absolutely terrified. One or the other. Right. Hello, Madam Mannequin. Seems we're going to a mannequin factory. Hooray. 5 lives left. I think you mean lives, but never mind. I'm not one to criticise people's sentence structure. Right then, can I hide in here? I can indeed. Right, I can hide in a cupboard. I cannot, however, hide in a clock. I am slightly too bulbous for that. Right then. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to look at this little rat wiggly bum. That's quite adorable. Welcome to a game called Abducted. Hello. I would like to order a pizza, please. Pizza to go along with my murder. Right, yes, which I don't really know anything about. I got it because I was looking for alien abduction horror, but I think this is more like abducted in the sense of kidnapped. But, okie dokie then. We have a flashlight, and we have some very old-fashioned looking people who all look a bit grim. Right then. Can't really blame them for looking grim when they're on a channel as rubbish as mine. Right then. I have to confess, I thought that and that were a pair of legs, that was a stomach, that was some weird bulbous eye, and that was another arm. But never mind, I'm seeing things which aren't there. Now I can't find the crouch button. Alright then. So I don't really know what the objective is, other than to get stabbed in the face with a screwdriver. Yeah, I don't really know what the objective is. I presume that your job is to escape. Presumably I've been abducted by some form of monster, and then need to get out of here without dying. Alright then, fair enough. This reminds me a little bit of Granny and Slenderina in the basement, that sort of thing. In terms of its sort of style. Can I hide in this cupboard? I might be able to if I could get the door to shut, but I can't, for I am slightly too incompetent. Shut there we are. Huzzah. Okay, so I might be able to hide in there as well. So with a hammer, no, with a hammer, we can open these. Oh, I'm enjoying this. With a hammer, we can open these boxes, but I need to find something that will work with a screwdriver. Oh goodness, there is a man chasing me. A man who is into soccer. He's big into soccer, or into big soccer. I can't move. Oh, I can move again. Huzzah. Right. Did I... Oh, I got crouched. Okay, lots of games seem to do that. Like when you fall down, you start out being crouched, which is interesting. Right. Okay, never mind. I need to get out of here. Oh no, it's locked. What am I going to do? I could open this if I had a hammer, but I don't have a hammer. Can I drop things? Yeah, I can do that with G. Okay, I can't open this. Can I like push it or something? It's like... I thought I might be able to push it over there. Oh, giddy aunt! I have been macheted. 4 lives left. Yes. It seems a lot like Granny, actually. That had lives in it as well, if I remember correctly. Okay, so I died and sucked at that royally. Okay, that shouldn't surprise anybody. I need to track down a hammer, so that I can use it to defend myself from macheteing Mike. Okay, right, I think I've been that way. What was through here? Ah! This was the place from the loading screen. Hello, madam. You look mightily perturbed. And frankly, I don't blame you, given that this crazy man seems to live here with all of these hands and bodies. I dread to think what he does with all of these bodices. Front left tire. Okay. Can I forget the buttons? It's Q. Can I somehow mend up a car, perhaps? You could do that in Granny as well. So there's a tyre there that I could use if I needed a replacement one. Alright. There is no one about just yet. can't remember if he had any footsteps. I remember him... Hello, Mr. Wat again. Mr. Wiggly Bummed Wat. I like you very much. Idiot! I really feel like you need a moment to escape, alright? Like, you need the opportunity to at least try and get away. Alright, never mind. This seems like fun. Especially since I always wanted to play Granny, but, I never got the kitty hut. Run, man! Kitty hut. I don't care if you've run out of breath. The adrenaline from nearly dying will do it. Right, was this the mannequin store? Yes, it was. Okay, let's go in here again. There we are. Turn that off. Go away, you big smelly person. Go away. While we're young... Excuse me a minute, I'm just going to go off and file my taxes, and by the time I'm finished, he might have gone. Is he not going to leave? Is it because he knows I'm in here, but he's just not programmed to open the door and kill me? He's got a little cross on him, so it must be a sort of religious sort. Be quiet! Alright, there's no need to be rude. Crouching reduces the enemy distance detection and field of view, but it also reduces your speed. Running will help you get away from danger, but also alerts the enemy to your location. Oh, cool. Thanks for that. Right, this doesn't seem to be getting me out. Yep, now I'm dead again. Hooray, okay. So you have to lose him before you get in the cupboard. Alright, fair enough. So it didn't say anything about the light being involved in the enemy detecting me. So maybe I'm alright with the light. The question is, where does the... This is proving quite difficult. I was going to ask where the enemy spawns when you respawn, because does he spawn in the place where he killed you, or does he spawn somewhere else? I don't know. Right. I am going to crouch. It makes me slower, but it reduces the chance of me getting seen and murderized, which is nice. Alright, let me just have a look in here. It is a gasoline canister. Yeah, so, yeah. Again, it seems like we're setting things up. I'm sorry, could we do that again? I've heard atom bombs go off that were quieter than that. You failed to escape. You were killed 5 times. And then the mouse disappeared off the screen. Can I have a mouse pad, please? There we are. You have to press escape first. Okay, so I suck at that. Absolutely royally. Okay, let me try again. It seems like fun, but it's rather difficult because the enemy has quite a large sort of striking distance, as it were, with that machete of his. He can really kill you from a distance, which is rather irritating, because it doesn't give you much of an opportunity to actually escape. But I wonder where the rat goes. Can I follow the rat? Come on, Mr. Oh, kitty yacht. Come on, Mr. Rat. Let's go for a little adventure together. Okay, I want to actually win this, because this seems like a lot of fun. And as I said, I always wanted to play Granny, but I never got the chance. So, maybe if I shut doors behind me, that will help. No, it didn't help at all. Kitty yarn, this is difficult. Man alive. He does seem a bit overpowered. Right, never mind any of that. So the screwdriver's in here, so it doesn't seem like the locations of stuff is randomised. At the very least. Now I've lost Mr. Rat. Hello, Mr. Rat, you have returned. So I know where a few bits and bobs are, and it really does seem like we're going for a car. Because we've got a gasoline canister, we've got a spare wheel, we've got a screwdriver, which could be used for mending of some components, perhaps, somehow. And, And we've got that hammer somewhere, but that's used to opening those boxes, which presumably will contain additional supplies. I just don't know how I'm supposed to actually get away from the bad guy. Because he seems like morosely overpowered. Alright. I can't hear anything. I thought I could hear something, but I can't. I'm just going to get in this cupboard for a little while, because I feel vaguely safe in here. I mean, I am safe in here, but sometimes he just stands outside and waits like a cat by a mouse hole. Right. Equals pi. Oh, only a maths joke I can figure out. What is there for? Go away. Is it? I think it's 4142? No. Is that not what pi is? I can't remember. Where's my calculator? Sorry. I know I constantly bang on about the fact that I'm a maths nerd. Do you think I'd be able to remember the first 4 digits of pi? You'd imagine if I could do anything, it would be that. I thought it was... Oh, it is 3.142. It's 3.142 if you round it. It probably wants the unrounded one. 3141. Yay! I worked it out with my brain. Huzzah! Right. Let me just scoot this back into place. My very noisy chair, I apologise. Front right tyre. Hooray, I didn't realise tyres had sides. Giddy God. We're both victims in this scenario. I suggest we help each other instead of spooking each other. You're also shockingly tall, either that or I'm very short. I do not know, but you have nicely painted nails. Who is your manicurist? Right. Needs green key. Do I need to go in there, though? Because there's a crib full of blood, and a bed full of blood, and not a hell of a lot else. But, alright. We have made interesting discoveries. That door was shut before. That means the bad guy's been through here at some point. This door was shut as well. Right. Hello. Can I help you with anything? I mean, you're dead and in a body bag, which usually means you're beyond help. But, you know, worth a try, I suppose. What do we have here? Much poison, I think. Perhaps we can use this for doing murdering. Where's the hammer for coming out? Yay, the hammer! Can I do bashing with this? Possibly not. Right, how do I use this? I'm sorry, what? I thought we were going to, like, prise up the nails, like with a crowbar. I didn't think we were just going to smash the box into a million small pieces. But, alright, fair enough then. I can't do that on here, can I? Sadly not. Okay, fair enough. Oh, the hands on the clock actually move. That's a nice touch. Naturally, I'm not going to defend myself. I really feel like if the enemy could just have a slightly shorter range, just to give you a chance to escape, that would be lovely. Because what's the point of having all these hiding mechanics if you can't use them? If the moment the enemy sees you, you're dead, what's the point of having all these hiding mechanics? Alright, never mind. I'm going to try with the light off for a little bit. I'm not convinced it'll be much help, but I suppose it's worth a try. Okay then, there was nothing in here, was there? Okay, there's the gas can in there. But, I still don't know where the car is. I don't know where I'm constructing this, is the thing. It must be somewhere. Okay, here's another cupboard I can hide in. Again, I'm not convinced I understand the purpose of the hiding. Because the only time we were able to get away from him is when we hid in that locker. But he just stood next to the locker and waited for me to come out. This is very difficult, and I'm not convinced it's meant to be. Right. I am, frankly, going to go upstairs, because I feel like that's definitely where we're going to be constructing a car, on the roof. Alright, I'm going to crouch and turn the lights off, in the vague hope of making myself slightly more stealthy. What does it say before that? Detection distance. The enemy distance detection. So does that mean that the enemy just detects me when I get within a certain range of him? Like, it doesn't matter about, like, light and noise per se. It's just a matter of... Oh, we already are on the second floor. Now things are beginning to make sense. Presumably there was a third floor we could go up to. With that other staircase that we saw at the far side of the corridor. Oh no, this goes down into that basement I got stuck in, didn't it? Slowly I'm figuring things out. Right then. Where's the car? The car was in the basement in Granny, oddly enough. Maybe the car is here as well. Oh, there is a boat! I need a gate lever. Oh, yeah, for that. I was thinking, why should a gate lever for this? Some pliers. Right then, fair enough. There's another cupboard I can hide in. Huzzah. Right. Okay then. So there's a little boat that I can escape by. Escape at sea. Exciting. Okay then, that sounds like fun. So I just need a gate lever and some pliers. That seems like an awful lot less than what I need for the car, but maybe they're very difficult to find. Or they're very far away. Or who frankly knows? Who frankly cares, rather? Okay, I can't go through there. But I think that would just take me back down into that little trap room. With the big soccer ball. There was a box in there which I could bash with this hammer. Okay. See there, he's seen me, hasn't he? See, it doesn't really seem like I'm physically capable of escaping. But I'll try. Is he still behind me? No. Okay, I seem to have escaped him this time. Alright. So maybe it's a case of you just need to be very fortunate and not meet him in a doorway. Because if you meet him at the far end of a corridor, then it's alright. When I have no idea where he is. And I think he was turning away to leave. Oh, we can open the doors and kill you. Oh. Interesting. Giddy aunt. Right. This seems like a lot of fun, but it's just very, very difficult. Almost unreasonably difficult, just because he's so quiet. He makes no noise, and he seems almost impossible to escape from. But, see what I mean? Like, where the hell was he there? Just hiding behind the door? Alright. Giddy aunt. Okay, I suppose I'll keep trying it for a bit. I think I need to go upstairs. I feel like that's the place to be. Where's the plastic crouch button gone? Yes, I feel like that's the main area that we haven't explored yet. So I'm going to try and get up. I'm going to try and get upstairs. If the enemy made a little bit more noise in terms of their footsteps, so that you could actually detect where the hell they are, and if you actually had enough time to escape them, this would be well balanced and fun. But right now, the enemy is just frustratingly unforgiving. But never mind. We'll see if I can get us upstairs and we can at least find this car. Right, I have retrieved the hammer. See what I mean? It's like, what warning did I get? What chance did I have to escape that? For goodness sake. And when you're crouched, you can't run, which means you have to stop crouching first before you're able to start running. Which means on the one hand you want to crouch in order to be harder to detect, but then by crouching you make it much harder for yourself to escape, and escaping is already nigh on impossible. Giddy aunt. Right, never mind. Bash my head against the wall a bit longer. Right, giddy aunt. I've learned to sort of go around corners and doorways so that you you stay further away from them in case he's hiding behind them. Okay, nothing there. There's a phone. I doubt ringing that's gonna help. There's a load of empty wasted space. Occasionally, right, here's the car. What the hell? This isn't a car, this is a broken wreck. You expect me to reconstruct this entire thing? Gideon is literally on the other side. Okay, right. Finally, I have succeeded in one minute modicum of game. Hooray. Alright. Let's see if there's anything else in here. I love that in this garage there's not a single frickin' tool. Okay, apart from the one in my hand, of course. I'm not playing the frickin' game. Right, okay, right, here's one of the tyres. I need to drop this, but I don't want it to make an infernal racket when I do that. So dropping items is a real dumb idea, because it makes noise that he can hear and then he comes along and murders you in the face. Giddy aunt. Still have no idea what the screwdriver's for. Okay, well at least we found the car. For some reason it's on the top floor, which makes little to no sense, but at least that means at the end we can careen out of the window and fall to our death afterwards. Alright. So there's at least two avenues of escape. The boat and the car. I am going to try and get the car together, because I haven't seen any pliers and I haven't seen the gate lever, which are the two things I need for the boat. Now I don't know how much I need for the car. I'm going to guess I need at least 5 things. The 4 wheels and the fuel can. Whether I need anything else, we will have to wait and see. What the hell? I never saw that before. Need a crowbar. Need a hammer. There's a bricked up wall there. What the hell is that? What? It's almost like the layout of the house has changed. I don't remember there being a staircase here before. But, alright. Okay. I will try. I will probably fail and die again, but I will try. If... What the hell? What the hell is one of these puzzles? I need like a reference piece. It's in like the correct place, because I don't know whether that should be in like the middle or where? What's that? That's their feet, isn't it? So that means this needs to be a bit higher up. I've screwed this royally and I've barely even frickin' begun. There is a tactic for doing these, but it escapes me at the moment. I heard something. Just gonna hide in here for a minute. I get the distinct impression you have to be very, very cautious in this game, because it's not forgiving enough to let you be adventurous. So you have to be very, very careful. And with the amount of noise that you make from picking things up and dropping them on the floor, I think you have to be very tactical in sort of what items you pick up and when you pick them up. Okay, most of that is correct by random chance. Goodness sake. I don't really have time to sit there and do a frickin' puzzle. Alive. I really want to like this game, I really do. Because it's like Granny but with a dude. Oh, for goodness sake, it's just really frickin' difficult. Goodness sake, I'm just so unforgiving, for crying out loud. Just let me leave. Just give me a chance. If there was just more opportunity to get away from him when he discovers you, then it'd be fine, but it's not. Extremely irritating. If there was just more information about how close he is, like some footsteps or more use of the heartbeat or something. And maybe there is and I'm not picking up on it, but right now this seems very, very difficult. Great, and that means I've lost a tyre as well. Alright, let's have a better look at what we've got up here, at least. See if we can find anything else. Okay, here's the crowbar. If you'd pick the frickin' thing up, thank you. Now again, you won't use this to defend yourself, will you? You won't use this to do bludgeoning and bapping of that evil man. Of course not. I feel like he's closer than I'd like him to be. I'm just going to get in the box for a minute. I was going to turn the volume up a bit higher, just in case he is making any kind of footsteps and I just can't hear them. Okay. So the hammer is somewhere. I'm not sure where, because I think it might be... I think... What the hell was that? I think it's up with the car, because I think I dropped it when I was getting that wheel. You go in there. I'm gonna jump out. Haha. Right, we might stand a chance at this. I'm gonna need to go back out there later because I need to get the hammer to break through the brick wall. But if I can remember where that boarded up door was, we might be able to get the boards off using this. And then we can get the hammer and break through that door. Now, I doubt that that will be an escape route. It will probably just be a way to access a room that's got an extra special item in it, like a car key, or possibly one of the two items needed for the, How did you get downstairs? There's literally one avenue. Crying out loud. I feel like the items for the... I feel like the items for the boat might require a bit more investment to get them. Because for the car, you only need, so far, 5 things. But for the boat, you only need 2 things, which will make the boat much easier. Now, to offset that, I'm guessing they're going to make the items harder to find. But they're not just going to be, you know, physically harder to find. You're going to need to invest a bit of time getting other items and resources first. That's at least how I design it. And I'll see if the developer thinks alike. Seems to be permanently some heartbeat. But I think it does get a little louder when you're closer. The problem is that due to the nature of the job, I have to yammer on whilst playing this, which means it kind of blocks out the sound for me. Now, where the hell was that room with the boards? I can't remember. No, it's not that way. That just leads back to the room with the bloodstain on the floor. It's got to be somewhere around here. It's definitely on this floor. Here we are. Just shut that. Why is there that laughing noise? Why is there a laughing noise when I take the boards off? Okay, so loads of things make sounds. Loads of things make sounds which he can track. So he could track the sound of that board falling on the floor because of the sound it made. Okay, fair enough. There's that thing again. I don't much care for that. I imagine it's something important and useful, but I don't have time for it right now. Okay, let me just see if there's anything in here. Okay, there's the gate lever. That's lovely. On the one hand, I want to swap. On the one hand, I want to swap out of the gate lever, but I'm just torn between which one to go for. Like, do I go for the car? Do I go for the boat? Boat seems the more reasonable one, despite the fact that I have a phobia of open water. Then again, I constantly have nightmares about driving out of control cars, so maybe we're between the devil and the deep blue sea. Okay, I have an idea for getting rid of this crowbar, because I don't think I need it right now. I'm going to drop it, make a cantankerous racket, and then I'm going to hide. Because I want to test if he comes and looks. Because I reckon every time I make a sound, he beelines for it. So maybe I could use that to my advantage. Like, get something that I don't need, like a tire or a hammer or something. Drop it somewhere. Yes. Drop it somewhere, and then run away. So, like, if I want to go upstairs, then, and the upstairs access is, like, over here on the floor, drop something over here, then he'll come around to check it, and then I could go the other way, in order to sort of lure him, so that I have more time to travel. Okay, would you pick the thing up? Thank you, for goodness sake. Okay then, let's have another little look around here. I want to know if this upstairs area is connected to the other upstairs area, or whether they're two separate areas. Car key. Okay, so the car needs at least 6 items then. That's a hell of a lot of stuff. And there's still that I haven't finished solving yet. Oh, something boarded up here. Okay, so there's a key code here, which requires something. No clues as to what it might be this time, however. And there's a door. Okay. So, okay, so it is connected. It is connected. I can't open this, can I? Get some bandages and get myself a few extra lives. Kitty-Oni's over there. Right, run away. Kitty-Oni's, and run a bit faster, my friend. Okay, so at least the areas are connected to each other. At least we figured that out. Just gonna hide back in here again for a minute. Because what some games do is, if you get into a hiding area, they kind of reset the enemy a little bit. They're sort of programmed to stop chasing you quite so much if you get into a hiding spot. So, potentially that's helped. The other eventuality is that I have just let him catch up to me. But we'll see. Okay. I probably also need some kind of a paddle or an oar in order to use the boat, because it was just a dinghy. It doesn't have a motor. It doesn't have an engine. It has nothing to propel itself. So unless I just want to drift downstream, I'm gonna need, well, probably down sewer actually, given the fact that we're underground in that thing. I probably need some kind of method of propulsion. But okay, I'm gonna try and get this downstairs, and then I'm gonna try and get back upstairs, get to the garage, get the hammer, get back downstairs, and then use that to bash down that brick wall, and then we can see what's hiding behind it. There must be something useful there. Okay. Was it down here? Yes, it was. Okay. I don't know whether opening and closing doors makes sound, because shutting doors doesn't really seem to slow him down, but I feel like I should shut doors behind me, just for the sake of being tidy. Okay, right. I don't know how many lives I've got left, but not nearly enough is the answer to that question. Alright. Okay, that made a cantankerous noise, so I'm going to get in here for a minute. Just see if he comes down to investigate, because I don't want to go back up those stairs and meet him halfway, because there's no way I'll survive that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, I'm officially bored. Okay, he didn't come to investigate. Does it say anything about needing an awl? No. But I could just swim to escape, which frankly seems far more sensible. I don't care about the quality, about the dampness of my shoes at this point. I'm more concerned about the attachedness of my head. But okay. We only possibly need the pliers. Probably need something else. But we possibly only need the pliers. Okay, let me head back upstairs and try and get the hammer. Because the brick wall and the boat could be two entirely separate endeavours. But right now, I don't know what else to do. Because there's too much. The car is too involved. I vaguely remember the car involving a lot of items in Granny as well. Especially all the frickin' wheels you need. Okay, right, he's over there. He's over there, that's alright. It means there's a decent bit of distance between us. I just gotta remember where the garage was. I think it was through here. Oh, giddy up. No, 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 no. Get in the frickin' box. Kidsy aren't. Crying out loud, this is difficult. And it shouldn't be. It should be perfectly straightforward, but just... he is just so... incredibly frustrating. Just, for goodness sake, man, just leave me alone. Crying out loud. Right. I am still intent to get through that frickin' brick wall. Let me track down the hammer first, wherever the hell that was. It's so long ago I can't even remember. No, it wasn't in here. Let me track down the hammer first, and then I'll drop it by the wall, and then we can try and track down the crowbar again, which I think was upstairs. Yeah, I think it was upstairs, just beyond where the little puzzle is. Or was. I love that I'm sprinting and nothing's happening. You can hide in the fridge. That's a new one. At least you can hide in the frickin' oven. At least we can't see him this time. So, you know, we have no idea whether he's standing next to me or not. Did he leave? I heard a noise, but... okay, here's the moment of truth. Hooray, we're still alive. You know, mate, if you take off them tap dancing shoes of yours, we might stand a slightly better chance of getting out of here in one piece. Alright, turns out I confused the location of the crowbar with the location of the gate lever. But never mind. I'm gonna go and deliver that anyway, because... It's because, you know, why not? It's not like I stand a chance of getting through this. You can't outrun him. Like, travelling at sprinting speed is basically the exact same speed that he goes, so you can't get away from him. Which means whenever you get into a hiding spot, he just knows that you got in there and he just opens it and kills you. Giddy yarn. I wasn't expecting to play Granny Meets Dark Souls this afternoon. You run, man, for crying out loud. I love that you press the sprint button and nothing frickin' happens the first 3 times you hit the button. Right, okay. So the hiding mechanics are a little bit more competent than I thought they were. You have to... Well, not competent exactly, but, realistic. You can only hide successfully if you're not in line of sight when you do it. So you can't hide at the end of a corridor, for example, because it'll see that you've gone in the cupboard and then it'll kill you. You have to break line of sight first. So you have to enter a new room, basically, and then jump inside something that you can hide in. Because otherwise, you're just going to die. But, alright. Right, okay. I've got the hammer. There's nothing in any of these boxes, is there? No. No, there's nothing in any of those boxes. It's just a massive waste of time doing that. All it does is lead the enemy towards you. Marvellous. So is the purpose of that not for the sake of finding items? Or is it just like this one box amongst the millions of boxes that are here? There's one box somewhere that actually has something in it. Or is it just meant to be a luring mechanic? I don't know. I can't much say that I care either at this point. Because at this point, I'm just a bit too cross to care. Because this could be really fun, but it's just balanced slightly dreadfully. Drop the frickin' thing. Drop it. No, I swear, there are no items in any of those boxes. Like, what is the point of them? Hopefully he's just looking at the hammer. Right, there we are. Okay. Like, seriously, there's nothing in any of these boxes. It cannot be for finding items. Surely there would be something in there. They wouldn't just make it that there was only one box in the entire house that had an item in it. Because otherwise you'd break like half the boxes, you think there's nothing in any of them, then you give up on it. Right. This isn't where the crowbar is. This is where the gate lever is. I need to find the crowbar, but I cannot for the life of me remember where it was. I remember that it was in a cupboard. It was on the right-hand side of a cupboard. I love that I can remember that, but I can't remember where the hell it was. Oh dear. Nothing in there either. See, I could escape out of there, but I needed a yellow key, a keypad, and the crowbar. There's quite a lot of stuff I need for that. I do notice a CCTV camera up there. Do I need to disable that? Hopefully not. I wonder whether being in front of the CCTV camera alerts him to my presence. Hopefully not. I've noticed that that this opens, which is kind of a nice touch. Right, anything in here? This is vaguely quiet. No? Just much mould. Alright, fair enough. I appreciate it. Cleaning's hard. Where was the frickin' crowbar? It wasn't in here, was it? The crowbar wasn't in here. No, because I found the crowbar much later than I found this place. Move your ass, man. Well, just for the sake of it, I'm just going to stick this on here. What do you mean left? What? Oh, yeah, I suppose from like the front of the car's perspective. Right, fine. Right, there we are. Yay! We have done a tiny modicum of it, and we have slightly, at least not entirely, sucked at it. For goodness sake. TV electrical power is off. So is there like a generator somewhere I can end up and get that working? Why would I want the TV on? Other than, again, for the sake of a lure. Why would you want so many frickin' lures in it? Right, here's the frickin' crowbar, and it wasn't on the right. Okay, either there's multiple crowbars, or sometimes items do get randomized. But okay. The hammer is by the... Run, man! Crying out loud. I love that you press the sprint button and it doesn't frickin' work, and then you have to press it again to get it working. I need to kick this guy in the arse before he works out that actually there's a murderer nearby that wants to murder him. Right. The hammer is by the wall that I want to break with it. I just need to get there so I can get the boards off with the crowbar, then hide in the box, wait for him to come and investigate the noise, wait for him to leave, then get out of the box, get the hammer, smash down the wall and figure out what the hell is behind it. Please say it's an avenue of escape. I would literally jump for joy if it was an avenue of escape. You will literally see me push this chair to the side and do a little jump. I vaguely remember doing that in another video once, but that was a long time ago. Alright, I think the room is just down here. No, it's clearly not. That's the thing about this house. All the walls are so samey that I can never quite remember where I am. So many corridors. Alright. It strikes me I'm going to have to... Oh no, I don't have to drop the crowbar, do I? Not until I've used it anyway. Do not feel safe here. Drop it. Grab that. Get in there. Okay, right, we'll get the... I wanted to get the hammer as well, but we can't have everything. Let's just wait for him to come along and investigate the noise of both the boards and the crowbar. Okay, he's investigating the crowbar. That's good. Now trot off with your little butcher's apron. Oh, you're not interested in the boards this time. Interesting. Now that I think about it, I don't actually remember hearing the laugh. Okay, right, now give me the hammer. Thank you. If you picked up the wrong one, I would have cried. Right, now prepare to hear an infernal noise. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Just get in the cupboard. Just get in the frickin' cupboard. Okay, it looks like it is just another room. But there must be something useful in it. Please say it's the pliers. If it's the pliers, then I might be able to manage this. I really, really do want to win this. Just crouch to make a little less noise. Idiot. Idiot. Anyone would think I had slippers made of air horns? The amount of frickin' noise I make in this place. Right, just leave, for crying out loud. Just leave me alone to my own business for 5 seconds. Right, now could you please not make an infernal din when you step over the bricks? Right, thank you. About time. Game, if you're trying to tell me there's nothing in here, I am going to get very cross at you. Ah, right. Okay. That's fine. I'm happy with this. I got the pliers. You can't use pliers to cut through bolts, but never mind. I don't care about the realism, I just care about getting the hell out of here. To be honest with you, I'm looking at these pliers, and I'm looking at that guy's ears, and I'm thinking I'd really love to rip them off. Then, maybe I could breathe without him hearing me from the next postcode. Right. Now. Which way did he go? I don't know. Ideally, I want to stay on this floor because I want to, I want to get down and use the pliers first. I think if I skirt around the outskirts of the house... Yeah, if I stay on the very outskirts, then I go through that door, turn left, and that'll take me into the corridor where the cupboard is. Cupboard of failure and death. And then I won't be far away from the... Great, now I have one chance to do this. Oh, for crying out loud. Goodness sake. This frickin' game. I mean, it's enjoyable. It is enjoyable, otherwise I wouldn't keep doing it. I am very driven to get to the end of this, not some sense of blasted completionism, but just because this is genuinely a fun game, and I like the granny mechanic. I don't like my blasted gammy electrics, but I like the granny mechanic where you have to go around and get items while avoiding an enemy. I think it's a very nice idea, and I think it works. The thing is, I just think the enemy is a bit unforgiving, alright? Like, seriously, he makes so little noise, and he can kill you so easily, and it is so hard to get away from him. Like, is it meant to just be, like, a much harder version of Granny? Or is it just meant to be sort of reasonably difficult, and it just happens to be that it hasn't been playtested very much? I don't know, and frankly, I don't care. The only thing I care about is getting to the end of this. Where the hell do I leave the crank? Lever, whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't know, I don't much care either. Let's just get downstairs and use these, and then I can try and think about where I left the lever. I know I died while I was carrying it, I just know I have no idea where I was at the time. At least that's vaguely quiet. Need a motor? Oh, just motor off. Crying out loud. Where am I going to find a motor? I've never seen a motor before. Ugh, seems like we're going to be here a bit longer than anticipated. Never mind. I'll try and find the blasted lever. Right, I'm sorry. I have had it with this. I have absolutely frickin' had it with this. This game is so frustrating. It's just infuriating. Because it could be really, really fun. But then you walk around a corner and suddenly you're dead. There was no clue that he was there. There was no information. There was absolutely nothing to give you a frickin' chance. You're just dead. The enemy is just overpowered. The game is good. The enemy is overpowered. Right? And I'm not saying that because I like playing easy games. I'm not saying that because I want victory to be handed to me on a silver platter. I just want the game to not be so difficult that it stops being fun. Because this isn't fun right now. I'm just redoing the same rubbish again and again and again, trying to get closer to the objective, but each time never succeeding, because he just pops out from round a corner, chops your head off, and you have no chance of escaping him. Just like he's done yet again. It happens every single time. You never get a break, and you never get a chance. And that's all I want. I just want a chance of winning this. And the stupid thing is, I can't even get the pliers and the lever together again. Let alone this motor, which I've never even seen. I haven't got a clue where the motor is. Oh, it's just so frustrating. I want to get to the end of this. And I want to play this. And I want to enjoy it. And I want to sing its praises. Because this game has everything going for it. I just can't get there. Right, that's better. You know what else would be lovely? Is it... For goodness sake. What else would be lovely is if the sprinting was just a little bit faster than the enemy. Not massively faster, alright? I'm not asking to play it as a gazelle. But what would be nice is if I just moved a little bit faster than he does. Which means when I'm running away from him, I can just make up a little bit of ground. Which means I have a chance. Because you travel at exactly the same speed that he does. Which means you can't make up any ground on him. Which means if he catches you, and you're very close together at that point, you have almost no chance of being able to get into a new room, and then get into a hiding place before he comes through the room, into the room as well and sees you. Just so frustrating. And it needn't be. If it were just balanced a little bit more, it would be fine. If the motor is in here, I'll be happy. The red key. No, this is the red key. I don't even know where this goes. Oh, I want to love this game. I want to love it to bits, but somehow I don't. Ugh. Somehow I just get very cross. I don't like being cross at games, alright? I don't get off on being cross at games like some people do. I know it's not that one, that's the yellow one. I think I have seen the red one somewhere. I think it was in one of the rooms down here. Not down here. Nearby to here. And by nearby I mean on the opposite end of the building. I don't like being cross at games. I don't like criticising games. I just like games to be fun, alright? And this one isn't. I'm not having fun now. I'm just doing this for the sake of you at this point. I'm just doing this because you deserve to see more of this game. You deserve to see more than I am capable of showing you. Let's at least see where this goes. And figure out what's on the other side of it. Because if it's the motor, if I could figure out where the motor goes, then maybe I'd be able to do this. Now that's the green key. And then where's the freaking red one? The red one's on the side of something, isn't it? It's like there's like a box with a lock on the side. And that's where the red one goes. Here, perhaps. Well, a motor wouldn't be in here. No, this looks like some sort of fuse box with a combination made up of zodiac symbols. Because naturally... Oh, screw off, you fatuous freak. What's this? TV power reset? What? How do I know what the code is? frickin' design is this? So you have to push the buttons in a certain order, but, you know, it's not like anyone would bother telling me what that order is. Goodness sake. Where would there be a code? Where would there be a sequence? We haven't seen anything written down. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, you can open some mirrors, can you? That's kind of cool. Oh, for goodness sake. I mean, I'm gonna keep going until I run out of lives on this attempt. Which probably won't be very long, but... I'm just not having fun with this. I'm just not having fun with this because you die, and then you just lose everything. And it's like the game says, ah, okay, you died. Okay, that's cool. Let's just chuck everything that you've been working on straight in the bin. Straight in the bin. Straight in the bin, and out it goes in the morning. It's like all that work, all of that effort just goes down the drain in a split second. And not because you did anything wrong, just because you were unlucky. Just because it so happened that he happened to be round the corner that you stepped around the moment at which you stepped around it. Which to me doesn't seem like a fair reason to go and chuck all of my work in the bin. But get chucked it does. Right, okay. So I'm trying to work on the car right now. I've got 3 of the wheels, I've sorted the fuel, and I've got the car key, and it's currently resting on the back of the car. I'm just looking for the final wheel. I can't for the life of me figure out where it is, because I've searched everywhere and I cannot find it. But I found that the medicine cupboard in the kitchen is screwed shut. That's the purpose of the screwdriver. Okay. So that noise normally means that he's found what he's looking for and he's leaving it alone. So I'll just give him a minute to get a little bit further away, and then we can have a look and see what's inside the medicine cupboard. I would just like to state that in an emergency and you want a bandage or whatever it is that you've got in the emergency cupboard, the last thing you want to be doing is searching for the correct crosshead. But never mind. The green key. Okay, fair enough. The green key opens... Where the hell is he? He's up there. Whoopty frickin' doodle. Green key, I think, opens the cell that's just over there. I don't know what's in there, because every time I look, I can't see anything. I can't see anything in the room that would actually help me. And I doubt it's going to be a tyre, because one of the tyres is in the room that's locked with the pi code, which is right there. So I doubt there's going to be another one literally 5 meters away. But we'll get in there and we'll see what we can find. Because I think I only need one more item to get the car going. I just need one of the tyres. I just can't find it. I've scoured the top floor, I can't find it, and I've scoured this floor and I can't find it. The only place I could possibly think that it might be is in that little trap area where you fall down through the weakened floor where the big soccer ball is. That might be where it is. I've also discovered you can hide under beds, which I didn't realise you could do. Okay then. So the screwdriver gets you to the medicine cupboard. The medicine cupboard gets you to the green key. The green key gets you to the yellow key, and the yellow key is used for opening the main front door. Ah, screw you with the garden rake. Screw this protagonist as well, because every single time I press the sprint button, he doesn't frickin' sprint. It's like you press it, and he thinks, oh no, that was just an accident. You don't want to run away from the murderer that's in front of you. Oh, you press it again. Oh, I see. You actually do have a sense of self-preservation. Oh, well, in that case, I suppose I shall scarp her. Crying out loud. I'm still cross at this, alright? But the fact that I'm still playing it, and I'm still trying to get to the end, says something about how fun this is. or how fun it could be. I shouldn't really be bothering with this yellow key, because, well, I could get the boards off with the crowbar. I know where that is, and it's also upstairs, which should help me get to it a little bit more easily. The problem is that I don't know where to find the code. There we go. Well, that's got the padlock off the front door, but I need the code to get through it, and I don't know what that is. There's no clue. There's no information to give me an inkling as to what it might be. The only one that I've seen that gave me a clue was the one where it said equals pi. But I know where to input the information for the TV, and I feel like maybe if I could get the TV to turn on, maybe then that would give me some information, because it would like light up the screen, and maybe it would show a picture of something, and then I could use that information. Maybe that would tell me what this code is. But there's just no information. Because I need the crowbar, but that's fine. I can get the crowbar easily. I'm so close to all of them. I can do the boat, I just don't know where the motor is. I can do the car, I just don't know where the last frickin' wheel is. And I can do the door, I just don't know where the code is. I'm like millimeters away from every win. I just cannot figure any of them out because I'm just missing one component from each. I feel like if anything was going to be in one of those crates, it would be the motor. I feel like if you were going to store something in a crate, you'd probably store the motor in it, right? That would make sense. Because it would be the largest object. And those crates are the largest physical containers we've seen. And there is a crate down in that trapped area. But now that I think about it, the door is also locked, so maybe the crate is just... Maybe the crate is just where the key for that door is, so that you can escape. Now that I think about it, all the keys have gone to... Can I just point something out that's really getting on my nerves? I'm just walking forwards and pressing nothing but the forwards button, but you'll notice I'm veering off to the left massively. Is that because I've only got one life left and I've got some kind of injury? If that doesn't just epitomise everything that's wrong with this game, then I don't know what does. Right. At least now I can go down to the trap without losing anything. Right. I need to... Would you pick the frickin' light up? Thank you very much. I need to get the hammer first. The problem is so much of this game is so samey, and I've been playing it for so long, I can't remember where anything is. Where the hell is the hammer? The hammer is in a drawer of a cabinet. It's in one of those rooms with the corridor with the blood streak on it, on the floor. That's where it is. Let me get the hammer and try to get down into that area, that extra room, without him seeing me. So that we can at least try and find the motor. Because if that's where the motor is, then I can do this. I don't care if it takes a bit of time. I can do it, and I will do it. Right, here's the hammer. For some stupid reason, we're not going to use this to hit him in the head and kill him. Now, is there something I can hide in here? There isn't. Would you stand up, man? Would you stand up? No, there's nothing here either. There's nothing. Wait. There's just this locked door that you can't go through. And he opens that door and then you don't sprint. Right, so that's a massive frickin' waste of time. Lovely. Great. So there's one tyre in the garage. There's one tyre by the mannequins. There's one tyre behind the door locked with the pie code. Where the fourth tyre is beyond me. I'm sorry. Alright, I am. But this is where I have to stop. I have now been playing this game for 2.5 hours. I have one thing to say to you, mate. That's it. I'm very close. I feel like I'm 90% of the way there. If I could find the last tyre, I could get the car going. If I could get the motor, I could escape by the boat. And if I could find the code for the door gate, then I could get out the front door. But I can't find any of those things, and I've scoured this place head to toe, and I can't find anything. I feel like the starting point is going to be the code for turning the television back on. Because I know where the junction box is, where you input that code in order to reactivate the power for the TV. And if I could do that, the TV screen would probably come on. Now, assuming that that isn't purely a lure mechanic, and that there's something a bit more integral to it, that might give you some information. I doubt it would give you the motor or the wheels, so my best guess is that it would give you the code for the door. Now, if I could work that out, and get hold of that, then I'd be able to do this, because I can get the crowbar to get the bars off the door. Could you just quieten down, game? Thank you. I can get the crowbar to get the bars off the door, and I know where to get the yellow key out of the medicine cupboard with the screwdriver to get out through the front door. I just don't know where to find any of those things. I've searched and I've searched and I've searched, and I can't find any of them. Nor can I find the final tyre. I'm just absolutely stuck. It's like there's just things missing, and I have no idea where to find any of them. Right. Would you like to screw off? Okay. So, upon going to edit the foot... Oh, sorry. I can't even... I can barely even talk right now. Pick up the bloody tire. Right, okay, let me try to explain what's going on. The footage you've seen up to now was recorded about 10 days ago. Footage you've seen up to now was recorded about 10 days ago. I gave up on playing the game because I couldn't figure out where any of the pieces I needed for the escapes were, right? Because I was getting like 95% of the way there, but I couldn't quite manage it. I decided to post a comment on the page of the game asking the developer for help, like a tip on where any of the missing items were. I listed out the items I couldn't find and asked for a clue on where to find them. That was about 10 days ago. I didn't get a reply, which I didn't expect to get one, because the last sort of activity from the developer was quite a while ago, so it seems they're not very active at the moment, so I wasn't really surprised I didn't get a response. However, this evening I came to edit the footage that you've just finished seeing now, and I noticed, as I was smashing all of these boxes with the hammer, I noticed there was this tiny sliver of black in that box which I broke. I didn't see it at the time, but that's where the final tyre is. Now what I've done thus far is I've put the other 3 tyres on the car, I've fueled it with the jerry can, and I'm aware of where the key is. What I need to do now is to get this tyre back upstairs to the garage, put it on the car, then go and get the car key, and then we'll see what happens from there. I should make you aware that I have only 2 lives at the moment. But I am going to try, and I'm going to do my best to get this done correctly. I apologise that I'm talking quite quietly, but I do need to listen. So if you'll excuse me, I'm going to shut the hell up and play the blasted game. Sorry, I haven't recorded anything today because my I've been recording loads of stuff recently, and I decided to take a break from recording today, just do editing, so my voice isn't really as warmed up as it should be. I've noticed that despite the tyres having specific names, they don't need to go to those places. You can put any tyre in any corner, it doesn't matter. If I need another item after this, I assure you I will get across. Okay then. We just need to get the key. Now the key is on this floor. I need to head out of this corridor, turn right into the kitchen, turn left, go past the front door, turn left again, with the puzzle on my left, go through the door in front of me, turn right, there's a cabinet, it's got 2 drawers in it, one of the drawers is open, the car key is in there. I need to get that key, bring it back here, and get in the car. I'm trembling. A tactic which I have begun to employ is to make my journey in a piecemeal style. Go from one room to another, go from one safe spot to another, and when you're in your safe spot, listen, and listen carefully. Listen for the sounds of him opening doors and making sounds. This tactic works better earlier towards the beginning of the game because there are more doors which are shut, which means there are more doors which he will open as he patrols, and he will make more noise at that point in the game. It's an odd quirk of human nature, but my heartbeat is actually synchronized with the heartbeat in the game. I have no idea why. I didn't even know it was possible for a human being to adjust their heartbeat. But that's a thing which has happened. idiot. This is honestly a very stressful experience. Because if I die, I'm on my last life. And if I have to do this again, I can't even think about it. Alright. There is a strategy whereby as you travel around the house you close doors behind you. Now, this strategy has its advantages and its disadvantages. It gives you the advantage that there are more doors which he needs to open, which gives you more cues to listen out for to help you figure out where he is. The disadvantage is that, and I'm not sure this is true, but I think he hears the noise of you opening doors and tracks you down from that. Not convinced, but I think that's true. What? Why isn't this thing working? What? Oh, gosh, I need another item, don't I? I filled it with fuel. I've given it the 4 tires. What else do you want? Gosh, game, you're gonna give me a... I don't know, an aneurysm or a stroke or some dreadful thing. I don't know, what do people have at this point in their lives? Cardiac arrest? Seriously, why doesn't this work? This is the car key. Right, frickin' finally! Frickin' finally! Right, thank you! Good! That wasn't worth it! Well, it was, because it means we end this video on a marginally different note. Oh, gosh. I still maintain that this game is not fair, right? It's not as well balanced as it could be. The enemy needs to make more sound. The enemy needs to have some form of footsteps. Or the audio cues which let you know that he is nearby, that... I don't know how to describe it, that noise which sounds a tiny bit like a violin, which plays when he sees you, and when he's chasing you. Either that noise needs to happen a hell of a lot earlier, or he needs to make some kind of footsteps. The game isn't impossible, as I've just proved. And there's a very fine line between unfair and difficult. It's fair in the sense that the fact that he is silent is a constant. And it's just a matter of luck whether or not you happen to bump into him at a very close area, like he's on the other side of a door when you happen to walk around it. That is pure luck, and whether that happens enough times in order to kill you before you're able to escape is in the hands of fate. But never mind. I still have no idea where the code for reactivating the power for the television is. I still have no idea where the code for the red keypad by the main door is, and I still have no idea where the motor for the boat is. However, we did find the final tyre. I still have no idea what went wrong with that key. Maybe it was meant to unlock the door or something, but I pressed the interact button on it about 25 times, and that didn't seem to be good enough for it. Perhaps I hadn't shown my dedication yet. But never mind. That is over, and we have completed the game with one of the 3 escapes. I haven't got a ballies how to do the others, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that I didn't get defeated, and I came back to it, and I got to the end of it, which is good. Because if there's one thing I hate to do, it is to criticize a game as much as I criticized this one without beating it. I feel like beating it is a sort of necessary achievement to merit criticism. Well, it's like if you criticized a movie but you'd only watched the first 3/4 of it. It's like, it's not really fair to criticize it because you haven't seen the whole thing. And now that I have seen the whole thing, I can now fairly criticize the game. The enemy is too quiet. Other than that, and the fact that I still have no idea where some of the items are, other than that, the rest of the game is quite good. I like the little rat. He is my favourite part of the game. I like the little rat. Anyway, that's enough of that. This video has probably been absurdly long, and I sincerely apologise for that, but at least we have completed it. So I'm off to get something to reward myself with, like a piece of chocolate perhaps. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.